Prof. Teo. Good morning, selamat pagi to all Lausher, moderator, speakers, friends in Taiwan as well as in Malaysia. My name is Azian from Ipoh, Perak. I'll be sharing my experience in managing TT5, which is the last pin dredge in Perak. Okay, quickly. Okay, next slide, please.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
It's backwards.
Okay, all right.
All right. Okay, let's introduce to you TT5 or in full name, it's Tanjung Tualang Tin Dredge number 5 in Perak, Malaysia. It's been around since 1938. And as for MB Inc., we are the company managing TT5 and since 2015. And at the moment, we have developed the area with exciting eco park, which I'll be sharing shortly. Next slide, please. Okay, my presentation will be divided into several category. One is actually who we are about MB Inc. I'll be sharing on our experience in managing and developing TT5, which is the last tin dredge in Perak. Actually, one of the two last standing dredges in Malaysia. I'll be sharing on the challenges we have faced so far. My experience is a bit new, about 5-6 years, dating from the 2016 or so. But there is also very challenging and very rewarding, which I'll be sharing with all of you today, and also the way forward for our TT5. Next slide. Okay, this is MB Inc. Who we are? We are an investment company, a state-linked company. We've been around since 1951, although it was dormant until 2012, where the tin price hiked again. We are having three major focuses, which are sustainable mineral development, responsible asset development, innovative resources development. All right, next. Okay, I'll go directly to TT5. This is our story, which we are proud of. It's the last tin dredge in Perak, which is in Batu Gajah. Batu Gajah was a very hustle and bustle tin mining area for tin mining, one of the richest tin deposits in the world, which was situated in Kinta Valley. The dredge was first introduced by the British in Batu Gajah in 1913 in January, although it was not as how it looked like today. The TT5 was brought in from England in 1938, although the assembly took about 18 months to complete. However, in 1939, the whole country saw the the Japanese occupation. World War III broke out until 1945. Of course, TT5 has seen a series of events throughout its lifespan. Eventually, in 1957, the dredge also witnessed Malaysia, Malaya then again its independence. In 1970, there were about 5 tin dredges in Tanjung Tualang. Although one is being kept until today, it's known as TT5. 1980 was the peak of tin mining in Perak. Perak had the most population in the country. However, tin mining industry soon declined. In 1982, in August, TT5 ceased operation. It was under the MMC. The former company was Southern Malayan Tin Dredging, which managed TT5 from 1938 or so. The TT5 was donated to the state government in 1997. Only in 2012, the state government converted TT5 to become a tin museum. It was the first visit Perak year, 2012. And then it was mandated to MB Inc. in 2015. Next slide, please. Okay, where are we located? TT5 is actually in Batu Gajah in the Kinta Valley district. It's sort of in the middle of the state. That's where Perak is. And the surrounding area, since it was a tin-rich area, we had many ex-mining land, ex-mining lakes, and so on. But some have been developed into very interesting areas, including another museum by the famous cartoonist in the world by the name of Lat. There are also other sites, interesting part converted into tourism industry, Kelly's Castle. There are also another famous tin miner called Raja Bila, and it's very close to TT5. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is where TT5 is. Okay, if you were to fly from Taipei, it takes about 5 hours to reach Kuala Lumpur. And you can go to TT5 by car or by train. Some even cycle from Ipoh, which is about 30-minute drive to Tanjung Tualang, where TT5 is. We are very lucky in a sense that there are many universities nearby. I will be sharing a bit on how these students have been helping TT5 in terms of its internship programs and also volunteer activities or programs. Not to mention, TT5 is very close to the famous prawn town, seafood, Chinese food, and so forth. So it's one of the major post-tin mining industry in the area. Okay, a little bit on the timeline. Next slide, please. Alright, in terms of the timeline, TT5 was built in 1938, built in England by F.W. Payne and Sons, brought to Malaya, assembled. It took about 18 months before it commenced its operation. And then it went on until 1980, towards 1982, where we saw the declining of the tin industry. The company then, Southern Malayan Tin Dredging, soon became Malaysia Mining Corporation, had a change of business intention, business operation. They then donated TT5 to the state government in 1997. We were left with a rusty, giant tin dredge. It's a floating factory, but it was part of the legacy. That's who we are in Perak. We are very proud of our tin mining industry. So the state government decided to conserve TT5. The rest of the dredges were dismantled, sold as scrap. And you can only go through in historical documents, some photos around, including at the museums. You can only find 2 dredges in Malaya. One is TT5 in Perak. The other one is actually left at its site in Selangor. TT5 is the only conserved and open to the public to this date. Interestingly, MB Inc. Was mandated to manage TT5 in 2015, set up a subsidiary called Aman Jaya TT5. That's where I am today as a project director. Soon, in 2017, came another Visit Perak year. Although the rehabilitation of the dredge took longer than we thought, we could only allow visitors to go around the compound to look at the dredge by distance. Only towards the end of 2017, we decided that the dredge was safe enough to allow visitors to experience the tin guided tour. We also introduced some mining experience like penny, and we upgraded the gallery to be how it is today. In 2018, the whole of Kinta Valley was gazetted as the second national geopark. That's where TT5 earns its place as a heritage site. There was actually a political change in 2018 in the state. However, TT5 still holds importance to the state. And then we signed up with another partner in 2019 by the name of ADBO to develop TT5 as a more sustainable tourism product. WICO was chosen as our partner in terms of the dredge rehabilitation. In 2020, unfortunately, there was the pandemic and we lost so many visitors visiting TT5. We are back in business now. Finally, in December 2020, the Maze Park at TT5 was open to the public. All right, next page, please. This is our journey. It has been very challenging, yet very rewarding for me, for my team, and the Perak state government. How we started off with actually trying to save TT5, let it stabilize for a while, selected partners, and we actually started the conservation works and all the development surrounding TT5. Alright, we are also part of the National Geopark, the Kinta Valley National Geopark, and now we actually is the host for the largest heart-shaped maze. We started off with dredge walk, meaning you can walk around the dredge. Later, we move on to the guided team dredge tour. With the pandemic, we offered a virtual tour for the TT5. We are now actually blessed with a very nice big area where people are not afraid of being in crowded places, especially after COVID-19. Okay, next page, please. Let's watch a video of TT5. I've been speaking for some time, but I think nothing is better than a video. Okay, Prof. Teo, to you. Thank you.
Can you hear?
I cannot, but maybe the rest can hear.
Okay, let me figure out. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. That is.
Okay, I'll try play again.
All right, thank you. That is us actually facing the thing dredge. And the dredge is still floating on a pond.
Okay.
Though during the tin mining, the depth for mining activities can go as deep as 100 meters, but the dredge is actually being moved towards the side of the lake, and the depth is about 15-16 feet or so. There could be a technical error, could not hear the sound of the video.
Yeah, I think we maybe cannot hear it. Maybe you can narrate it.
Okay, this is our whole experience crammed in a 1-minute video or so. This is us looking at the aerial view of the TT5. Actually, TT5 was floating on a larger mining pool, except that we had to take it to the nearer to the land for mode. Was so much to be more nearby the land so that we can easily repair the dredge. We even built the bridge so that people can actually go on to the dredge tours. This is the Maze Park. Yeah, it has been fully transformed. I think, Prof. Teo, we can also upload the video on Ani's Facebook later on. for the benefit of members and also for I think for potential visitors also coming to Malaysia after we open our international border. So it's a really quick video, but not to worry, I have more photos which I'll be sharing on our experience. Okay, in terms of my presentation, there are 5 areas that I'll be sharing today. Of course, firstly, we need to rehab the tin dredge itself, our industrial heritage TT5. That's the first and priority for the state government of Perak. Secondly, of course, we need to develop some products surrounding our TT5, but it's our duty to actually educate and give awareness to the younger generations and to other people also about what tin mining is all about. I think hardly people has ever seen any tin dredges around and also understand what tin is, because there are so many plastic, stainless steel alternatives to tin. But tin is actually very close to our living. You wake up, you use your toothpaste, it contains tin. You drive your cars, it has tin inside. And then in terms of industry, tin chemicals have been used for fire retardants, for healthcare, in husbandry and so forth. So tin is actually closer to your life. If let's say you carry your mobile phones around, your tablets, I'm sure it has tin inside. So I think for the benefit of a doubt, tin is actually closer than you think, and we are all connected to it. Tin is actually a very stable element, and it has characteristics which are beneficial to the past, current, and the future. Okay, thirdly, I'll be sharing on destination management, next destination marketing, last but not least will be on human capital development. These are all the experience, that's why I'm putting it as a case study where I'll be sharing with all ANIS members and also the entire world. I've been sharing with my team. We are not doing it just for ourselves or our families or our company. We are actually helping out the state, but more so we are helping the world to recognize what tin mining is all about. And once Perak was at the international map, it was the richest area, and how tin has helped to transform the world, even not only for Malaysia or Perak per se. Okay, in terms of the industrial heritage, I put one of the nicest photo of TT5 there. It's floating, looking very majestic, and our aim was to ensure this is a tourism and heritage conservation project. Everybody was so committed. We put our blood, sweat, effort, and so on. We really played our role from the top management to the middle management, even to our volunteers. That's how we not only volunteers, including our community surrounding TT5. That's how it became a very successful project, I would say. From only the tin heritage as a dredge, built in 1938, it grew, it has transformed to become a heritage site with the help of everybody. Okay, next page, please. Okay, sorry, next page, please. Yeah. All right, this is how it looks like from the side. We are towards the middle of the dredge, actually. We are looking at the ground floor. It actually is a 3-story floating factory. It weighs so heavily. It's about 70 times 35 is like a regular ship, I would say. But one of the problems that we face, because not so many people actually knows how to manage a tin dredge, let alone how to conserve a tin dredge. We lost so many experts, we lost so many construction workers. So that's why we are lucky, WICO as our partner to rehab the tin dredge, selected one of the former dredge masters. First, we had Mr. Chi, and then followed by the second dredge master, who has been with us, Mr. Fu. So, with the help of Mr. Chi and Mr. Fu, we understand the entire, mechanism, the entire building, and how TT5 used to be working when it was operational. But now, dealing with a static dredge, it still carries excitement, and it tells 1,000 of stories to so many people. I'll share on how our dredge tours help to educate more and more people and learn about tin mining as we go along. Of course, we spend so much money to conserve the dredge, but our priority was try to balance it in terms of conservation, development, and also we need to be sustainable in that sense. Okay, next slide, please. All right, I'll be sharing on product development. Of course, the dredge alone cannot, cannot attract visitors because
sorry, I think we need to speed up.
Okay,
we need
all
to
right.
Speed up. 5 minutes.
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
All right. We put together the mining experience. That's why we design our programs, our products accordingly. Okay, next page, please. All right, this is us turning wasteland to wonderland. We need to capture the mining experience, but at the same time, TT5 becomes an event space for community-based tourism, as well as we are moving towards a bit modern. That's why we developed the Maze Park. It's more of an eco park. Okay, next page, please. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is an infographic of the whole area. I cannot say that we put in 148 acres of land. That's where TT5 is, towards at the center. There's a maze towards the top of the picture there. And there are also places where people can do a gallery tour and panning activity. Next page, please. Okay, this is again the dredge, and we offer guided dredge tours and panning activities on weekends. We are also a certified under product and site operator under Malaysian Tourism Excellence Certification. Okay, next page, please. I'll go very quickly. These are all photos of real pictures. Okay, these are not celebrities. They are not influencers. These are real people visiting TT5. Next page, please. We'll go very quickly. Okay, I'll share on groups coming in, international tourists. Okay, all right, stop here. Go back. Okay, this is one form of communication on the dredge. There were no handphones whatsoever, so that's why they had a bell. So one click, two rings, and so forth to let everyone knows. Because per shift there are only about 15 to 30 people. 3 shifts are daily, and TT5 operated 365 days in a year, maybe downtime, maybe like 20 or so days in a year. So they had to ring the bell to ensure that, okay, something got stuck in the bucket, or they need to stop or restart work. Okay, next page, please. Again, these are all real dredge tours. Next. Okay, some of the equipment. You see, when people go on dredge tours, they listen to our in-house tour guides. They enjoy taking photos as well. So this is a STEM experience: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, combined with tourism experience. Next. Alright, I'll be showing a little bit on the TT5 gallery. Is our small museum. It's still far from being impressive like the Kinta Tin Mining Museum where Mr. Jackie Chu is. But yeah, we are on the way there. Okay, it's a small gallery. We put in spare parts, some of the equipment. We uploaded like some photos of interesting people, normal people visiting TT5, including celebrities. And then next, but we also do it a two-in-one area where it becomes an event space as well for various groups. We have beauty queens coming to TT5, we have artists, we have school children, we have private sector and others. Okay, next page please. Alright, this is about tin panning. We have a wooden pan or tray where it separates the tin ore and impurities or debris. Alright, this is real experience. Okay, hard hat container. On TT5, we also is a big thing on reuse, recycle and repurpose. This is one of the examples. We did some ID of the old container, so it looks a bit nicer there. Next. Alright, this is aerial view, drone view of TT5 Maze Park. It spans about 2-3 acres of land with various challenges and activities. Next. It opens daily, by the way. So we go quickly. These are all the photos of the dredge. Of the maze, right? With the stone maze, hedge maze, bunny maze. Next. Okay. We are big on recycle, so we showcase the recycle maze. We use up old bottles, things like that. We even put up stones. We have stone maze as well. Alright, this is bamboo forest maze. Very nice. You can take photos. You can enjoy your time there. It's in the open. And not to mention, we also have a small petting zoo where children can actually interact with all this flora and fauna. Alright, if you're lucky, you can get chicken eggs while you visit our maze as well. And it is a heaven for photographers, for influencers. If you have you are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and so forth. We also let filming or filming crew to come. You also have documentaries, movies here on TT5. Okay, since everyone knows that tin mining is actually led to transportation, to railway, and so on. So we brought in one old carriage, converted it into become a cafe. So these are all some real experiences on TT5. The equipment, the tin panning, photo sessions. Next page, please. Alright, and next is on destination management. We took care of many things, because while we need to ensure TT5 becomes a real heritage site, event space, and also community-based tourism. Alright, next page, please. Alright, in terms of destination marketing, I have to undergo the branding exercise and so on. We change our logo so many times. One is actually in the initial stage, we had the logo to be a bit tilted, so it reflected how we saw TT5 for the first time. It was tilted on one side because of the major leakages, flooding and so on. Water pumps did not work and so on. Alright, next. Alright, some of the events including the Red Festival at TT5. We celebrate the festive season. Okay, this is some of the activities done for the youth, for the community, for private sector, NGOs, and so forth. Okay, in terms of human capital, we run on a small team, but we are pretty much diverse in our backgrounds and professional experiences. Next. Alright, this is part of who we are. We have our partner, we have our shared resources, and we also rely on the volunteers. Alright? Some of the challenges I put here in terms of the budgets, land matters, human capital, and technology. Right? Thank you. Alright, way forward, we are moving towards sustainable tourism. Responsible tourism is the way of the future. Alright? And then, yep, that's how you can contact us at TT5. Do visit us. Alright? And last but not least, thank you so much for today's session. Thank you for inviting me. Okay, that's all from me. Back to you.
Thank you,
Professor Teo.
Puan Azian.
Thank you, Sosiani.